Hi everybody, and welcome to Wanderer. In case you've been wondering what I've been doing since I've got back with the van, I haven't been doing quite as much as I had hoped, and a lot of that has to do with the California weather that we've had. I've been home for about 10 days, and I think it's rained about 9 out of those 10 days, or 8 out of those 10 days anyway. And it made wanting to do anything on the outside of the van pretty much impossible. So I haven't done anything outside, but I have done a little work inside. I've got my sheets on, and if you've ever been in a van or a motorhome, you know, putting on the bottom sheet is a real pain in the butt. So I have these sheets called quick zips. So basically you put the bottom sheet on, and you can zip off the sheet, and it leaves a frame basically of sheet around the edge of the whole bed. So when you go to wash your sheets, you don't have to be taking that on and off every time and trying to tuck in behind all these tight corners. You just wash them, put it back on, and zip it back up. And then I just have normal sheets on top of the quick zip bottom sheet. So I'll put a link to quick zip into the notes down below here if you want to check them out. But that's something that I did buy ahead of time that turned out to be useful. But I did learn a few lessons in working on the van this week. I learned if you are thinking about getting a van, and you watch all those YouTube videos about all the things you need to have or whatever, some of the things I would wait until you actually have your vehicle, because I've made a few mistakes. And for me, the biggest mistake I made was my ladder. I had always wanted to have a ladder that I stored underneath that was a collapsible ladder that I could put up to climb up onto the roof rack, because I just really didn't want to give the whole world access to my roof rack. I've got my InstaConnect up there that I don't want to have anybody tamper with, which does my Wi-Fi. And that's another story. I haven't gotten that set up yet because of the weather. I haven't really been wanting to go up on the roof. I actually just received my SIM card yesterday that needs to go into the unit up above. And I'm leaving again tomorrow for Alaska by airplane, so I don't have time to deal with that today. But anyway, it turns out that the roof rack that Foxvan put on my van doesn't come out to the very edges of the van. And it's kind of nice. It's a little receded in, and it doesn't look so obvious, and it looks really good. But if I were to put up that collapsible ladder, it's got to go up against the van itself, which means I have to worry about scratching the paint. And I could then put on what you basically do is cut up the noodles they use in the swimming pool noodles, and I can put that over the ladder to cushion it when it goes up. But the whole reason, or one of the main reasons for me of having the ladder, is I do have an area up above for a shooting platform to take pictures from. So if I had to get out that ladder, open it up, put on the foam, set it up, by the time I did that and got up to my shooting platform, whatever I saw that I wanted to photograph would either be gone or the event would be over by then. So I buckled down, and I did just order yesterday a ladder that's going to go on the outside. So there's advantages and disadvantages. Obviously the advantage is it's always there. I can get up quick and easy, and I'll be able to take pictures that way. You know, the disadvantage is the rest of the world can also get up there quick and easily as well. So those are one thing I learned. So if anybody's interested, I have one of those collapsible ladders that sells for about $130 on Amazon. And if you live in the Sacramento area and you have any use for one, I'll sell it to you at a really, really good discount. Other things that I thought about is in these storage units, and I'll show you that in just a minute. You've got these great big storage units, and if you start putting stuff in them, well, and you drive around, all that stuff's just going to fly around in your storage unit. So you need to have containers for all your storage units. And that was something I was aware of watching those YouTube videos. And I bought, these are I think 36 inches long, and I have 3 12-inch ones that I had planned to put in each cabinet. And it turns out that they would fit, but where there's a latch in the middle of every cabinet, you can't have as big a storage area because the latch won't work. So I had to get smaller cubes to fit into the middle. So I had a bunch of cubes that I ordered that I don't need or won't work out anymore. So I had to return. So my advice is for all the little things inside that you think you're really well aware of that you're going to use, don't buy them until you get your vehicle, and then you'll have a much better idea of what you really need and how you can use it. But I will show you those storage things that I bought, some new storage that I put in underneath the van here, underneath the bed. And a lot of people have been asking me about the bed, so I thought I'd share with you how this works. So you can see the bed's in the sit-up day bed kind of use area. It's very comfortable as a little sofa type thing here. Very convenient to sit on. I could work on my laptop here or watch TV or whatever on my iPad. Do any of those kind of things from up here. Read a book, you know, if you're going old-fashioned, and be very comfortable up here. So it's a good seating area, and if there's more people in the van than the 3 seats down below or whatever, you know, I've got seating for 2 or 3 more up here. So that's quite nice. But people are interested in how this becomes my bed, so I think I'll share that with you now. As you can see here, it's in the sit-up seat kind of sofa mode. I'm going to show you how you make it into the bed mode. So I fold down the seats of my cushions here, and then the bed, there's a little yellow lever here I pull or push, and the bed comes down, and it's a full-size queen bed with plenty of length and very, very comfortable. It's a 6-inch memory foam bed, and I slept out here the other night, and it was quite wonderful. Good night's sleep. Then when I want it to become the sofa again, I push down on the yellow lever and give it a good shove up, and it becomes the bed. Now I have storage area underneath the bed here, and as you can see, it's rather hard to access this way. But if I come over here and push the little motor on the bed raises up, and it has 3 positions that are saved. So the first position was that lower one. This is kind of an in-between position. And I can push the 3rd button, and it'll take it up as far as it can possibly go. And then I can access my storage underneath the bed. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that I've done underneath the bed to increase my storage capabilities. So I just swung out my table, and I'm able to get under the bed here, and I put in these big plastic storage containers. These are foldable, so when they're not in use, if you wanted to, you could actually collapse them and store them rather small. The nice thing I like about them is the lids come off, but besides the lids coming off, and I'll just slide this bungee down now to demo, you can also open these from the front, and I can get to the stuff that I store inside here. So the first 2 that you see here are empty. I just put these in yesterday. I've got a 3rd one back here that has all the equipment that I need for the van, like the hose, the air compressor, some water buckets, a tow rope, and I don't even know what else is, tools, and my Coleman 4-in-1 cook stove. So on the nice days when I'm at a campsite or something with a table, I can cook outside, so I carry that in here as well. So it's really increased the amount of storage that I have. I can put my winter clothes in here. If I go out in the winter time, I can put my big rubber boots in here. Be lots and lots of things I can fit. These are really, really big. I mean, I thought it was going to take 2 containers to put all the stuff for the van and all of that I have, and it's quite a lot. All fits right in here into the 1 container. So that's really, really great. So now when I'm back on this side, I want to use the table. I just keep it loose. The first thing I'm going to do is put this cushion up. Then pull the table around. And let's see, we're going to go this way. That's the other way. Got to get used to this lagoon arm. But now here's the table for when you sit and eat. And if somebody wants to get out of their seat, you just have to slide it over to get out. Or the nice thing about this table, as I mentioned before, it'll just flip up and you can get in and out much easier. So it's a matter of getting used to all of this stuff, figuring out how it works, playing around with it, adjusting the height of the table, all those things that you really need to figure out before you can really start going anywhere. And then this will all just store right here out of my way. And the bed's set to a height so when it comes down, it doesn't hit the table. Now I'm going to share with you some of the stuff that I have up in the cabinets. So these are the storage kind of containers that I was telling you about. So these are the bigger ones. And I've got my dishes in this one. And since I have a microwave, I had to get an all new set of camping dishes that were microwave safe to put into here. Since I have the induction top, I had to get a whole new set of pots and pans that work with the induction top. And as you can see, these are a little hard-sided and bigger. And you've got this big latch here on the cabinets. So having the big one here didn't work. So I had to get a smaller one in size and a softer one so that I can put this down and close my latches with ease. I want to share with you my new pots and pans. I think they're kind of cool. So I got this really cool blue pots and pans cook set, so it matches my van. And I'm going to put links to the different baskets and the cook set and all that stuff online for you. Oh, I also want to point out, since I had to turn on the inverter because the bed works on 120, and I had to turn on the inverter to use the 120, I figured while it was on, I'd turn on the floor heat, and my feet are all toasty. I'm here in my socks right now, and I can feel the warmth of the floor. It feels really great. I think that's going to be a really cool feature, so I'm really glad that I have that. And that's about it that I can think of on this little tour. So next time I come back, I'm heading off to Alaska tomorrow. I'll be gone for a while. When I come back, I'll be putting the ladder on, hopefully getting the InstaConnect up, and then I'm taking the van out on its first trip. So I'm going to go somewhere for the new moon photography coming up in March. I don't know exactly where. That's going to depend a lot on the weather and how much snow is everywhere. I was really kind of hoping to go to some of my favorite places at Mona Lake, but the back roads that I usually camp on at Mona Lake are probably under 6 or 8 feet of snow right now, so I don't know where I'm going to be able to go. But until then, take care, be well, and pretty soon we're actually going to get to go wandering.